I bought the cheapest C63 AMG in the United States. Now, it's at this exact moment you and I are both probably wondering the same exact thing. What that noise is and how it got to this point. Just one answer for you. Keep watching the video and you'll find out. So let's just hop straight into it. So I figure if I wait too long or any much longer, this is probably gonna be a part 2 to cars I buy, keep for a long time and don't make reviews on. So without further ado, this is my formal, informal introduction to my 2010 C63 Mercedes-Benz AMG. That's a mouthful.
All right, Gene, I'm trying to...
So I guess I'll start with where I found the vehicle. I found the car online. It was Car Gurus or Auto Trader, Auto Tempest, probably Car Gurus. I found the car on Car Gurus back in July 7, 2020. And I saw it for what I thought was a joke or maybe a fake ad. This 2010 C63 AMG was posted for $12,000.
Yeah, rev the engine.
Now I know what you're asking. Or I know what you're thinking. What's wrong with it? What happened to it? How many miles does it have? I'm gonna get to all of that. Just give me a second.
I'm gonna go onto the back so when you rev the engine you can hear it. Yeah. Yeah, buddy.
This 2010 had 143,000 miles on the clock. It was 10 years old, which means that's about 14,000 miles a year, which isn't too bad considering it's a Florida car. It was maintained at Mercedes its entire life. And it only had 3 owners. I would be the 4th technically, and the first owner owned it for about 8 to 9 years. The last 2 owners are also Floridians, and they also maintained it at Mercedes, so win-win. So from the factory, the base 63s come with 451 horsepower, 443 foot-pounds of torque, and that is paired to a 7-speed 7G Tronic transmission, which helps the car do a 0 to 60 in a healthy 4.3 seconds. Now, the engine is naturally aspirated, which means there is no supercharger, there is no turbo, there is no forced induction. It is straight engine transmission, go. This specific 63 came with what is called a P31 development package, which introduced a limited slip differential, Alcantara steering wheel, 2-piece front steel rotors, what else? The governor was removed, stiffer suspension, all to say the least. Aside from all of that, the P31 package also introduced lightweight forged pistons, lightweight connecting rods, a revised crankshaft, all parts pulled from the CLS 63, which brought basically the C63 from a stock 451 horsepower to a 481, and I think that's a good significant bump. Now, because of where the car was located and the whole COVID situation at the time, my original plan to go drive down and pick it up and drive it back up or tow it back up was abruptly canceled, just due to the fact that I wouldn't want to have to quarantine and then just second guessing the gas on the way back up. It's probably the best thing I didn't drive the car back up because the gas would have been crazy just in itself with the 63. So I ended up getting the car shipped. Shipping only cost about $800. Took about a day and a half They quoted me 2 days, but the guy made great timing. I assume because, roadways were empty because of COVID, everybody inside. So he ended up meeting me in Jersey, or I ended up meeting him in Jersey about half a day early, and this is me getting first view of the car.
Follow the road for half a mile.
The bottom or the top one?
Question of the day.
I think it's the bottom.
It's the bottom. The bottom?
Yeah.
You think so?
Yeah.
Why you say that?
Let's see you change your IG name.
Huh. That's an interesting theory. Very interesting theory.
Yeah. Bottom's definitely you.
She's here.
Or, yeah. What's up, guys?
How's it going?
Gee, you got a GLI. You son of a dog. Oh, shit, man.
It's nice.
Let's go, right?
Yeah.
You got a GLI. You son of
So forget the fact that they gave me the car with the gas light on after sending me the video with the gas light off. That battery sign right there, yeah, that's gonna be my best friend for the next month. And I don't think anything of it. I just think that, obviously the battery's discharged, the car was traveling, the battery didn't charge, the car's been sitting, it's for sale, right? Wrong. So whoever was touching this car before me taking delivery of it ended up putting a smaller battery than what was needed in the car, which in turn ended up frying the alternator. Yeah, it's beautiful. So, no exaggeration, I want to say, besides the alternator and the battery problem, the car alone had at least $10,000 worth of problems that needed to be solved if you were to bring it to a Mercedes dealership. But me being the person I am, being very cheap and being very, I want to say maybe moderately knowledgeable in the repair of automotive vehicles, I want to say I brought the 10 figure down to maybe like 3.5. Ended up saving over $7,000 just on parts and repairs, and definitely ended up saving on the long run on the overall price of the car. All that aside, the red battery light you're seeing right here and the slapping, clanking, knocking noise you heard in the beginning of the video both had to do with the alternator. Alternator ended up failing. The bearing failed on the alternator, and the voltage regulator also failed. So bad alternator fried my battery. Got a new alternator. Bad battery fried my new alternator. And it was just like a cat and mouse game with batteries and alternators for like maybe a day or two. Long story short, 2 alternators and 2 batteries later, car was good. So I'm just gonna throw in some clips of basically the car after I had switched out the battery and the alternator. Me thinking what was a 100% running car. sure you're wondering, what car took this race? Some of you may know, some of you may speculate. Whether you know or you don't know, the answer may surprise you. Definitely stay tuned for the next video. Comment down below, let me know who you think won. And definitely stay tuned, comment, rate, subscribe, and I'll leave you guys with this.
Do you even speak English, you communist piece of shit? What? Yeah, are you a Jew?